I suppose the life story of any extraordinary human being is of universal interest. Pieter-Dirk Uys had been an icon of the South African theatre and also of South African political life for a very long time.
About 10 years ago, Evita Besaidnout had her 70th birthday as a fundraiser for the Darling Trust, and I was invited to the fundraiser. And that evening, I realized that there's such an extraordinary story about Pieter-Dirk Uys's life that I would love to do something about it one day. And 10 years later, I was working at Theatre on the Bay, and Pieter-Dirk had a show there. And we started chatting about what's still lying ahead for him in that year, and it turns out that he's turning 70. And I thought, well, maybe this is a nice hook to use as a reason to make this film. And so I contacted him. I said, would you like to do this film? Would you be happy if I kind of start mingling in your business? And he said, yes, let's put our lipsticks together and come up with a plan. And that's really how this film came about.
If you want to follow in his footsteps take you all over the world. They followed him from Cape Town to London, Los Angeles, Geneva, to Berlin and back.
This is actually an international story. It obviously has a strong South African core, but it's going all around the world, dealing with issues that are relevant everywhere.
I spent some time with Pieter-Dirk Uys in Darling, going through all the archives, and he's kept everything. He's got cuttings and photographs, so we have a huge amount of archive footage. We have all of his show footage. We've got all the interviews, and also with Josh Wynter's score eventually coming in, and the luxury of him being able to compose to picture. It is incredible because now the score is telling this incredible story as well.
I think the score has become a reflection of the rich tapestry of the whole story. Willem and I both felt that this should be a cinematic experience musically. We didn't want this to sound like a retrospective, sort of wistful look back on Pieter-Dirk's life. This was very much a contemporary story, and I think it was focusing on things that he's doing now. Yes, we've got all the stuff that he's done in the past, but musically, we really needed it to sound fresh. And that was challenging because we needed the music to still fulfill its purpose in a narrative sense.
Our crew had to be very sensitive because they shared a space with Pieter all the time. And they had to impose themselves on some very sensitive situations.
He would give us the space, even backstage during a live show, to be there.
During the Grahamstown Festival, Willem and myself requested that Nick van Westhuizen and our DOP capture Pieter-Dirk Uys doing his final bow to an audience of 930 people or so. And obviously, there's only one chance to get this shot. It's a live show. There's no chance of doing it again. Nick went out as Pieter did his bow and was completely out of focus. So with all this tremendous pressure on him, he still managed to quickly change lens, and you can even see his hand and shot there with the audience looking at him. And he managed to quickly grab the shot we needed with Pieter bowing, and it looks absolutely incredible.
I think society will always try and put us in the box of something that feels comfortable, and I think he was so hard to put in a box.
Hy's deur en deur 'n kunstenaar.
Hy is die wit man met die bruine hart. Ek sê so.
One should walk away under the impression of the difference that one talented human being can make.
Mense soos Pieter-Dirk Uys en daai mense het kind of stuff oopgemaak vir ons.
It's not done yet. By any means.
He is a complex and very interesting person.
It's the human story of a man and a country and the incredible power of laughter.
It really is inspiring, and audiences should be inspired by it, and I'm sure they will be.
Political correctness is not part of his armor.
He's an enigma.
He truly is a legend.
A remarkable man, a remarkable career, and I think a remarkable documentary.
Op 'n My God, that's crazy.